You were unsuppressed.
Guys, we got Broadhog and the Lucibros versus Cheers Love. Kitty. Aw, thanks, Pusey.
Thornmallow moved in from the end of time, chrono triggered.
Good evening.
You unsuppressed
Hello.
Thornmallow.
Is your cat talking?
I was trying to make her talk. I was just petting her. She was complaining about it.
Toast was very happy to have me back today.
I bet.
He came galloping out of the other room when I got home. Rooney and Colrath had excellent cats, and they are a very interesting bunch since there's 4 of them, but none of them are as good as Toast.
Did they ever get accustomed to you?
Well, Rex is, like, just into anything, especially if it's awesome and might get him in trouble. Lucy likes people when there are no other cats around, so I did get her on my lap, especially the last evening when the other cats were distracted. And the kittens were sometimes able to forget that they were afraid of me, and sometimes not.
That's nice. Well, at least they didn't completely reject you.
I made them these origami little toys that I also make for Toast, and they loved those, so at least they've got that.
That's cool.
We also enjoyed watching the other games from there, although we may have been, like, counter-commentating Spectre a bit from the couch.
Yeah. I don't think you're probably as harsh as he was.
Oh, I don't know. It was just like Spectre commentary only going on. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah. It was hard to get a word in sometimes. No, I don't want to join Esau's group.
So, fortunately, Zach did at least show me the patch notes earlier today, so I know that some things changed.
Yeah, McCree got an adjustment. I wouldn't call it a nerf. There are nerfs to it, but overall he's a little bit more balanced.
Well, yeah, the fact that he was basically as good as a sniper was maybe a little silly.
Oh yeah. And
I was enjoying playing him this last week.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit strong in the last game that Cheers Love played.
Definitely was noticing that. I'm a little sad that Wynn never played Zarya during any of the last few because, well, McCree. Why would you not McCree?
Yeah. So we're missing Japhonius and Mistletoad from Team 1. And I don't know who we're missing from Team 2. Zoroaster. Okay.
How did last night's game go?
Went pretty well. The Persistent Jerks Engineering won Gibraltar, while Amazing Jerks Brigade won Ilios and Kings Row. Really strong defense by Precision Jerks Engineering on a Gibraltar, holding Amazing Jerks Brigade to point A.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
I was super pleased to have Mad Sushi's team get a point, of course.
Yep,
The other night.
that was good. I would have felt bad if they didn't.
I didn't get to watch last night since I was in a hotel, and I would have been like watching on my phone or something. But
It's kind of cool. Nick put together a overlay for us, which makes it look a lot cleaner.
I see that now that I actually look at it. I was probably up late enough, though I didn't intend to be. The hotel room next to me was full of multiple kids that apparently had a very late bedtime.
That's never gonna be easy.
No, especially since I was hoping to get an early start on the road today, and I still did, but it just with no sleep.
Yep. I'll try and do that a little bit more, Tiggs. We'll try and interrupt so there's less, so there's more awkward conversations, if that's what you want to hear. I can slinking, but the map shows it itself in the middle of the screen when we actually get in there. The scores are just basically text fields that I can update in OBS.
Oh man, Bartolomew's icon is messing up the whole chain there.
Yeah.
And Esoth looks like he must be on the wrong team.
That's true.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he fixed it.
Gilliam moved in from the end of time, Chrono Trigger, by PDX. Kazanir moved in from the APM channel, SC2, by PDX. You unsuppressed Kazanir. You unsuppressed Gilliam.
Hello.
Good evening.
Evening.
Bartholomew, I thought you did great commentary the other night.
Why, thank you. I will try to be at least as pithy tonight.
I'll try at least to stay awake during the whole thing.
I did get a little bit of glee going back and listening to the match. I think it was Gilliam who said, "Oh, I really don't like this 3-tank idea," right before we bum rushed them for our only victory.
I mean, I was also calling for 2 supports, and
I
literally
know.
nobody did 2 supports, and it worked out.
We were sitting on the couch going, strat. I don't think that's the word.
I appreciate those opinions. That, like I said, glee.
We only can work from our own experience. We cannot fathom what potential combinations AJB can come up with to define to brute force their way through a competition.
Well, and it's, I mean, I said to the team right after, a substantial amount of it was luck. Like, I just happened to be in the right place to hook wind a couple times in a row, but it could have easily gone a totally different way.
Well, I was very happy you guys did get that point.
Thank you.
So yeah, we're just trying to get a couple people and look at a few people to fill out Team 1, which is the Bro Dogs. Sorry for the delay, everyone. Gilliam, I'm considering swapping you in to give you a chance to just to get the game started.
I guess I'm not opposed. I feel like I'm kind of low on the low end of skill spectrum for that team, but beggars can't be choosers, so it's their fault.
Yeah. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, we'll do that.
Alright, I'll just drop out of Mumble for now.
Sounds good.
We're starting in a moment then?
Yeah, we're gonna get started soon.
Alright, I will be right back then.
Alright. Sorry for the delay, everyone. We are going to get started soon on the teams we have tonight. Team 1 is the Broadhog and the Lucibros with Bones Jackson, John McGee, Tehax, and those are the only 3 that are actually of their team. Ramtar, JK, and Bartholomew are all filling in. On Team 2, we've got Regions team with Wind, Mummer, Teeps, Esoth, and Zoroaster. And that team is Cheers Love. With me tonight is Thornmallow, casting alongside. Here she is back.
Hello?
There we go. And we're going to give it a couple more seconds while JK tries to figure out how to get his icon set up correctly.
So we're Broadhog and a few of the Lucibros?
Yep. Two of the Lucibros.
And off-brand Lucibros or something?
Yep.
And Cheers Love the Jerks are actually here?
Yep, we have everyone except for Kalith tonight. Alright, we're gonna go and get started then.
But the icon.
Yep.
Now arriving at Ilios. Prepare to attack.
Alright, and we've got the Ruins up first tonight with early picks. Mummer's picking up Roadhog and Bones Jackson on his Zarya pick.
Wynn's staying with McCree, even with the slight changes to him that came through today.
Yeah, it seems alright. We're going to have a Farah battle between Tehax and Esoth. It should be a pretty good one.
Same standard.
Yep.
Zoro's on Mercy. This is not terribly surprising. He's been support for most of this tournament.
Yep. See single support for the Broadhogs, the blue team, with Bart on the Lucio. Being the Lucibro tonight.
That's right, and a somewhat exciting Junkrat pickup. We haven't seen a lot of Junkrat, I feel like.
No.
And we have JK and Teeps filling out with soldiers on each team.
Yeah, Rami definitely has a lot of experience with Junkrat. Played quite a bit with him. And we'll see where they get started up. Both these teams are have a good chance to advance to the next round. Should be a good matchup we've got here.
Enemy contact.
And we see once again that the Broadhogs are playing fairly aggressively, trying to get a couple pickoffs, but Wynn is the first to take off Tehax, and Teeps takes down JK.
And Wynn gets another one on Romtar.
That's good.
Teeps gets Bart. Alright.
And Zoroaster's playing safely in the back. He might get picked off by Jonald if he's not careful, though. And Bones goes down.
Red gets first cap. Looks good for holding it for a while.
Yeah, and Wynn's already got his ult up. Tehax picks off both Esoth and the support. And Wynn picks off Jono on Tracer with that, and then another pick off on Rami.
My ultimate is charging.
On the objective.
JK is getting harassed in the backfield by Wynn, and Bones is the only one on a point right now. Bart did swap to Mercy there, which is going to provide him with that res. She'll have up pretty
Zoro's
soon.
res is up.
Heroes
and
never
available now.
die.
Yep, and there it's used.
Get to cover.
Looks like he just got teeps with that.
Esoth and Tehax continue dueling in the sky.
I do like that Zoros is trying to support Esoth with a little bit of pharmacy action. And Red's able to hold here.
Take cover.
Quite a few ults available on blue if they can hang together for the next push.
Yeah, Region backs him off, but I think this is going to allow him to... They might be able to get a pick off here. No. JK with the ult is able to... Oh, he doesn't get anyone.
Heroes never die.
Does get the mercy.
Incoming.
Alright, so only Teeps left on point. Should allow blue to cap here.
That was important considering they're up to 97%.
Yeah. 99 before they're able to cap, and Rami throws his tire up. See if he can break it down and get anyone with it. No, it gets picked off by Esoth.
There's High Noon, Whole Hog, and Justice available for red team, so they have a good chance of recapping here with nothing available on defense.
Esoth gets picked off during his ult,
Heroes never die.
but he's res along with Regen there. That was a good res by Zoro. Wind is probably going to get Bart. Yeah. And Red's going to be able to recap here.
Securing the objective.
And that looks like that'll close out the first point.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to get back in time. Jono won't be able to stall long enough. And Mummer zones them out with a good ult there. Alright, so the Cheers Lib team goes up with a quick 1-0 on Helios.
0-1.
And now we're at the lighthouse.
Quit screwing around and get ready to move.
Lucio coming at you.
Well, at least when I'm stuck in the spawn, I can check out whether people have good skins or not for their characters.
Yeah, Jono I see is sporting the soccer mom look with the white Tracer outfit.
Oh, with the gold?
Yeah.
Very important.
Don't see any big swaps here, although Rami does go on to the Diva here. That'll be interesting to see if he can use it to some effect.
Bart's back on Lucio, and the red team actually has double support, and their tank has gone down. Remember, picked off early, or fallen off? I'm not sure what happened there.
Looks like he fell off the suicide death.
Always strong.
Yep. Blue might be able to cap here. They've zoned out, and they have only 2 left on point for red.
On the objective.
And they pick it up, and they should be able to hold here if they can collapse back on the point. They need to pick off Zoroaster, who's sitting over on the back.
Oh.
Esoth has not died this entire round so far.
Surprised Zoro's still alive. He's done a good job dodging and weaving.
Yeah, he's doing a much better job being in good positions tonight than he did the other night.
Get over here and heal up.
Near the action, but not in the action. It's very important for Mercy.
Yeah. And red might cap here.
Step right up.
Win with a zoning ult to keep him off point. And we see what we get here.
Got you this time.
So Bones runs in and he's He's solo, and he's probably going to go down if he's not careful. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it
Tax
looks
is pushing
like
the air here.
Blue has really gotten separated from each other here.
Yeah, definitely. They're not playing together right now, and that's, I mean, to some extent, that's just that
They're
they're
half
playing
subs,
together.
so that's a little hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did well at first, but just now in the past 30 seconds or so.
Move back.
Wind holding them back again. Didn't get anybody with that.
Get to cover.
Oh, let's break it. Damn.
Lucio counter ult.
Ooh, nice ults by Tahax, but he gets picked off by Esauth, who counter ults him. And a nice res by Zoroaster, who's going to get picked off. Mummer with a good ult here.
Yep, and Blue again has to answer this. Nobody has any ults available at the moment. That push wiped them all out.
It's an interesting swap. They've got a triple tank for the Broadhogs with double
Mummer
Winston.
just jumped off the map again, it looks like.
Yeah, you got knocked off, I think.
Hold up now.
Get back.
Yeah, this is going to be the do or die time for Blue Team. They need to cap here.
Tactical visor activated.
Zoro just got knocked off the map.
I'm claiming this objective. Step right up.
Alright, Wind trying to answer. Let's see if they... Looks like they all found their corners.
Yeah.
Except for Jonald.
Well, Jonah got picked off by Mummer's grip, which allowed him to be in line of sight for that ult.
We're losing the objective. Enemy contact.
Oh, good Zarya ult.
Ooh, and Mummer gets knocked off again. Nice Rami ult there. Got 3 pickoffs and 2 knockoffs. Region swaps to a Reaper to get that counter on the 2 Winstons, so I think it's a good swap there.
Pardon me.
My ultimate is ready.
Esauth comes in solo, which means could easily get picked off here. He might try and ult the point, but it's going to be tough when he's by himself.
Here's more of his team here with him. Oh,
Yeah.
Zoro, he needs help. Oh,
Zoro,
nobody's
no.
going to save him.
Zoro goes down, and Mummer's going to knock... Yeah, he gets good pick off there on Bart.
Real important Zoro dying there, wow.
Yeah, he could have been saved if people had been a little more aware.
Yeah.
Right on target.
Oh, let's break it.
Regen tags the point for longer overtime, but it goes so fast now.
Yeah.
Esauth's going to have to tag it. Oh, not fast
no.
enough.
He ulted instead of getting on the point, and that cost him there. So now it's tied up, and that's good. Tied up 1-1 here.
1-1.
The thing I noticed is the blue team coordinated ult a lot better that time. I mean, the first point we saw Azaria ult with no real follow-up, and they still got the point, but it wasn't as clean as it could have been.
Yeah.
They combined a lot better on this one, and with a couple of extra Zoro deaths, that was it.
Yeah, I mean, once Zoro started getting on position, it basically meant that they didn't have that support to be able to keep him up or get those solid reses.
The boop off the map there at the end was so sad. It was like,
Right.
save Mercy!
Esauth was right there too. He could have just gone over the edge, lifted him up, and saved him.
Always be aware of your Mercy, people.
And now we're on the map with the most potential for environmental kills. You see Mummer
Remember,
already...
this is the first hook, yep. We do not have a counter Roadhog this time, which might be the first for this map.
Yep.
You feel that?
I've expressed my distaste for Roadhog in general. I think he's not the greatest and gets overplayed quite a bit in the tournament.
He's very frustrating for lower level players.
Yeah, but you see there, I mean, if you watch him, that battle between Bones and Mummer, every time Mummer would grip, Bones had his shield up. So it was just like he kept feeding him energy.
Oh, Bart.
No, Bart's gonna come out.
Is he gonna
Yeah.
get out? Is he gonna get out? All right.
I think.
Lucio.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Oh. Oh. Nice.
Not in a good position. This is not so good. Okay. Well, the Zariel kind of saving him there.
Gets a nice pick off on Zoroaster. Zoroaster? What's your perspective on how to pronounce that name?
I just call him Zor.
Zor. I agree with that.
I am ready to activate the sound barrier.
Alright, let's see what Red's push can do here. They've got several ults available to him, but Teeps is down right now.
Yeah, unless they can
Save
take out
Rami.
Rami first.
Save
Rami's
Rami.
dead.
Oh no! Goodness.
Well, 3 of them down.
Heroes never die. For a
That new and
price.
improved Diva ult.
Win gets Bart with his ult, and Red's gonna retake. They're gonna take it here.
Definitely. Although Teeps also burned his ult, though it didn't look like it did too much.
Oh.
They might have been able to save that one for another push.
Mistletoe will be on after Ilios.
What'll be interesting here is to see if Red can hold out against the really full stack vaults Blue has coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, let's break
I like Esau's positioning here. It's nice.
Yeah, that was nice and sneaky.
Yeah. But I think Blue might be able to cap here. They just need to make sure to pick out Zoros there.
We need to defend the objective.
Well, they lost Rami early, and Bart popped his ult pretty early too.
They still pick up the point though.
Down.
Yeah, still enough. Oh, and the Zarya ult was really...
Ooh.
No, you're not.
It's an interesting counter ult to the Zarya ult.
JK is by himself and gets picked off.
This is a really nice job.
You usually expect a more defensive counter ult to the Zarya ult, not a rockets coming at you.
Or that.
I have done that before.
It worked!
Yeah.
It was a really impressive job by those two staying alive and being able to recap after that big flood.
Enemy contact.
Rami's dead for Blue, and that's sad because he had his ult up.
He's had that ult for 2 minutes now, and they just keep losing him early every time, so he's never in position to use it.
Wow. Wind just keeps charging this ult so quickly. Oh. They had 2. Wow.
For a price.
It's still high noon.
Yeah, I didn't realize they swapped to double McCree there.
Oh dear.
Even Wind can't charge ult that fast.
No.
Red is down an awful lot of people. Here's Blue's cap again.
Yeah. They
This
needed
point has been
it.
back and forth.
Oh! That was nice.
I want to hug you like big fuzzy Siberian
Oh,
bear.
yes, the voice line from Zarya. I want to hug you like big fuzzy Siberian bear.
My ultimate is charging.
Gotta practice.
Bones is out of position, gets picked off there by Teeps.
Yeah,
Oh,
he really didn't need to be either. They were all up.
John picks off Zor.
He didn't have his ult up. Oh,
Ooh.
JK gets down the trash chute.
Yeah.
Number's been waiting to do that all game.
Yeah, it didn't seem like too much of that had been happening.
Well, he spent so long dueling Bones, and Bones knows better.
My ultimate is charging.
Wind holding them off the point for a second here.
You just gotta find the right target. Ah,
Looks like
nice.
only Wind got caught in that Zarya ult, but down he goes.
He got Esau too, and I was able to pick him off.
Yeah, that might be enough.
Yeah. Zor's gonna get picked off if he's not careful. He does. And Teeps is next. Yeah.
Really nice job by Bart saving that ult to sort of seal the deal
And
here.
I don't think Red's gonna make it back in time. Nope.
So now that Broadhog and the Lucibros go up 2-1 on Ilios.
2-1.
Now show them.
Back to the lighthouse.
in from the nether, Minecraft, by PDX. You unsuppressed Nuru.
Alright, so we see region swap back to Reaper there, and we're still got double support on the Broadhogs.
No Winstons yet.
Nope. I feel good about the Broadhogs team against the other team.
The other team. Get them.
Teox gets a good, quick pickoff on Win, which is going to be strong to make him sure that he doesn't build up the ult immediately. Teeps grips and John Olden, now he's out of mech. But Blue's going to be able to cap pretty quickly here.
Yeah, they lost Zoro early too, which is a big change from how last game went.
Yeah. So now we see him grouping up in the back. They might be able to charge up ults from that backside. But they're going to need to make sure they don't get picked off. Bones and Bart go in with JK. JK's going to get picked off if he's not careful, but he's safe. Teeps isn't able to complete off on that grip. And they're getting back. Yeah, they're getting back capped.
Heads up. Taking the objective. Get over here.
Region almost completely back caps. Yeah, they do.
Nope,
wow.
They get it.
That was a great back cap there. They were so spread up and pushed forward that they didn't miss that someone was on the point.
Yeah, that was an excellent bait and switch.
Alright, we see him coming in the mid. Zor's out of position. If he's not careful, he's going to get picked off pretty quickly here.
Teeps gets picked off. He came in too far.
Yeah. Oh!
Wow!
Blue's going to recap here pretty quickly.
Yeah, they only took out 2, but it separated the rest of red team.
Yeah.
They're all going one by one.
Rami's going to get picked off if he doesn't get some protection. He does. Bones is able to shield him and get him off.
He's gonna get hunted down here.
Yeah. Teeps tries to hold the point.
There we go.
Teeps gets a pick off on JK, but Murmur's out of mech, and Esoth with a decent ult here gets picked up by John Ult.
People were still immune after the res.
Yeah.
For some of that.
Regen did great work staying alive long enough for them to get back, but it wasn't quite enough.
I do like how the Broadhogs have kind of shut down Wind here. He hasn't been able to really get any good ults since that first or second round.
I'm told that's what We're All Jerks Here eventual strategy turned into towards the end there. Kill Wind.
Oh, did you see that? Bones was able to use that Diva ult to get fully charged.
Yeah, Zarya can make good use of other people's ultimates often.
Yeah.
Anyone need some healing?
He's at 49 energy right now, so it's pretty good.
Oh, let's break it! Damn!
Okay, ults from all around here. But Regen got picked off.
Oh, excuse me. Tactical necessity.
Fire at will.
Tactical visor activated.
Heroes never die.
Ooh, nice res there by Zor.
Enemies re-engaging. Enemy contact.
Does get picked up by JK. Red might cap here just because they've got the team.
Here. Yes.
Yeah, extremely impressive way to resist that Zarya ult.
Yeah.
I thought that would seal the deal, but they really recovered.
Alright, well now they've got 1 or maybe 2 more good pushes left. And if they can...
also still have 2 ults available even after recapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, and blue only has 1, and it's going to be a struggle for them to get more than really 1 good push.
Yeah, all their other ult charges are very low.
John is probably going to get his pretty quickly if he can stay alive. Wind is, ooh, he gets a nice pickup on Tehax and Rami.
And Tehax was the only ult available on blue.
All systems checked out. Clearing the area. Activating self-destruct sequence.
Ooh, nice. They pick up the point. Esoth ult just gets picked off by JK. Now the test to see if they can get back in time. I don't think Zor can. He needed to be there now. He hesitated, and it was just 1 second too late.
Good point.
Yeah, 99 to 99, and that's gonna tie it up. And this is gonna be the final game of the best of 5.
Play of the match.
What?
No,
That was 3-1. Oh, that, yeah, 3-1. Yeah, we see there. Wow. Oh, that was a nice knockoff.
So what do you think the teams could do differently to actually hold the point longer and let it be less back and forth?
I don't know. I think they were just doing a really good job of countering there, which made it so they couldn't. We were seeing really good swaps to counter what was going on.
Yeah, I felt like the first Lighthouse had more character swaps, but yeah, the ults always felt, pretty answered 1-to-1.
Yeah, the red team did a surprisingly good job every time I thought of countering Bones' Zarya ult, and that's really what their team has relied on, is coordinating that well, taking out 3 or 4 people, and then mopping up, but they just haven't been able to close the deal on that most of the time.
Alright, so we're going to be heading to King's Row next. And I want to thank JK for filling in on short notice there. It's greatly appreciated.
Alright, look, the team's back to all piggies.
Very important. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, taking off what you said, Thornmallow, about Wind. At some point during our game last Friday, Wind swapped to Soldier because he felt like he wasn't being effective enough on McCree after getting 2 or 3 ults shut down, and it'll be really interesting to see if he does that again here at some point and changes characters, or if he feels like he's getting enough mileage out of McCree right now. He definitely got a really good play at the end there, taking out 2 people, and that was enough for them to make that final push, even though it wasn't ultimately successful.
I feel like McCree's really good at answering Pharah right now. Or was before the little patch that went through. But with everybody seeming to want to play Pharah in this tournament, it's good to have, it's either got to be McCree or Soldier to take down the Pharahs.
Yeah, that's definitely true. They have a couple of people good at playing Soldier on the team also, so I don't think necessarily they'd give that up. They still have either, I think Teeps has been Soldier most of the game when he wasn't Roadhog, and Regen has also done so. So they have a lot of options there. It'll just be interesting to see if Wind changes anything.
I was really interested in one of the earlier King's Rows from last week that I watched. I wasn't doing commentary for. One of the defending teams had none of the spam damage characters on defense, neither Junkrat nor Pharah, and that seemed really odd to me from what I've seen of King's Row. Afraid I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'm trying to think back about the games I watched.
So we've got Cheers Love down 0-1 to the Broadhog and the Lucibros. And gonna make sure both teams are ready. I think they both are.
I also really just like Junkrat, so I like seeing him played.
Yeah, and we have not seen very much Junkrat at all this tournament.
No, we had slept one round this time. couple people played it last night, but other than that, really, no. Okay, I think both teams are ready. Making sure. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I think we're going into King's Row.
Now entering King's Row.
Quick double support lining up for the defense there with Mercy and a Zenyatta.
I like that pick.
And we've seen regen on Zenyatta before. This will be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Let's see what the red team picks up too. We got an early pick with Reaper, which is good, especially if they go with any kind of large tanks. But they go with Diva.
Aardvarks!
Yeah, Aardvark. Let's see if Aardvark pays off here.
I'll be busy soon enough.
The attack team seeming indecisive a bit here.
See Rami picking up a soldier. That's a good pick. Don't think Jungle has much experience on Pharah, but he might be able to do it if they go with that. But he goes with Lucio instead for that double support.
Let's hear those guns.
So the key here is going to be that Zoroaster needs to make sure that he is not picked off quickly. Mummer's pushed up really far, and as a solo tank, it's pretty dangerous to do. He's got a lot of backline teammates that need him up front, or need him to not get picked off right away. I do think Teeps is going to need to flank here to make sure that he can get some good pickoffs on the two support for the attacking team. We see Mistletoe going around. He's trying to flank, but he's playing straight up and backs off. Teeps is playing frontline Reaper. I'm not too much of a fan of that. And Tehax is behind, and he's about to pick off some people if they're not careful. He sees the turret, and maybe he'll be able to get that picked off.
Alright, Missile trying to walk through the room here.
Tehax is doing some work on the backline right now.
Yeah, it's like they just forgot he was there.
Yeah. He gets picked off, but his team can advance. Regen gets picked off. And Zor's going to get picked off pretty quickly too. You know, he's 3v. He's out of position.
Heroes never die.
Picks up
But
Regen.
the other team didn't seem to pay a lot of attention to him there until after he got the reservoir.
Yeah, but he only got Regen up. That's not going to be the strongest. Regen's not close. He's close to ult, but it's not going to be enough to hold the point. Maybe it will be. We'll see. Yep, Red's going to back off. Ooh, nice pick off there by Tehax in the back line again. Doing real good work with Reaper right there. And Red's going to be able to pick up the point.
Yeah, really good job by Red in being able to hold against a wave of reses. They just stuck together, didn't get separated.
Let's see.
Quick time on that.
I'd watch Tehax here. Look at where he's positioned. Look, and then he's got ult up. He's looking to get a nice big ult out of the team. He's going to go after Wind first, and then...
Yeah, now Wind has noticed him now, but...
Now, hold on.
Alright, back off. I know that this ult's going to come pretty quickly here. And he's fighting with Teeps in that med pack room. The Red's getting a strong push right now.
Experience tranquility.
Good ult by region to stop. Teeps does pick off Bones, but
Doesn't get much else out of his ult.
yeah, but they're 3 support, or they're 2 support and soldier mismatched here. They back off without being able to get picked off. That's pretty good. Now Teeps is out of position.
It's real interesting that TX hasn't found an opportunity for that all yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, sometimes it's better
And
just
he
to hold
got
it.
picked off by Regen, who also picked up Missile Toad earlier. Zenyatta can dump a lot of damage into people.
Yeah, Regen is particularly good at it.
Well, they got to know that Region's behind, and they're not really looking around to see him. He's going to get a couple of good pickoffs here.
Not good.
And he ults to get back to his team. Win gets good pickoff on Bart and Rami.
He's done a really good job, but I sort of feel like the rest of Blue thought that the point was
Alright,
lost.
Tehax is looking for his moment here.
Yep, here it comes. Gets 1, and Mummer is going to pick him off with Esau support.
Oh, excuse me.
No, he
managed
ran.
to get away, but he really didn't get as much out of that as he was hoping.
He's still out of position, so he could get picked off if without getting anyone else.
My ultimate is ready.
So 5%
I'm
HP
ready to resurrect you.
should be enough to just get him killed. Blue's got to be careful about not getting back up here while they chase one Reaper, who's very low.
Yeah, while they were all distracted by T-Hex, now Red is going to be able to cap.
Yeah,
Fire at will.
and now they can't. Yeah, that's great. That was a great ult by Bones.
Oh man, yeah.
Mummer gets a Rami, but
Yeah, a good delay, but not much else.
I would have saved it once they got a little further in, because once you get to this hallway, there are a little bit less options for being able to zone out.
Right, it seems like it made sense there, except that it's so easy to hide around the corner of the tank that...
Yeah. They're going to be able to push this in. Esauth, they will get Bart. He's going to get picked
He
off
had his
now.
res up too.
Yeah. But they're just not contesting right now. They needed to just swap to a Reinhardt here, I think.
Yeah, every time it seems like Blue has a few good kills, the rest of the team isn't there to really hold and capitalize.
Yeah.
Fire at will.
Esau's not going to be able to solo cap or solo hold him off. And 340 is our time here.
Complete.
Yeah, that's a pretty good time.
Switching score.
Seems like we had a number of fights there that happened
3.
rather away from the
Switching
payload.
sides.
You know, it just kept moving.
Yeah, definitely. Blue felt like they never got really close enough to keep it stopped, even if they were winning and killing people.
Right, the chasing down Tehax was particularly, non-profitable for them.
Well, especially
Yeah.
considering they allocated half their team to do it and failed to kill him. I mean, that's just a mismanagement. Their resources there.
Right. Ignoring him's not the right move, but you need someone that can reliably take him out, which is not trivial.
No, but I mean, even if he's in the back line, as long as you're aware of where he's at and can communicate to your team, there's a Reaper, a low Reaper here. You should be able to get one, maybe 2 people to go chase after him, just so you have a team advantage. But if he's flying around and moving to different spots, that's really tough to be able to not be able to take him down there. It causes way too many issues, and it allowed them to get a good push out of that card.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure T-Hex feels like it wasn't super effective. He never got a super good ult off. He killed a few people, but in sort of board control terms, it was very important to have him doing that.
And now we see Mistletoe going on Symmetra as their secondary support, and Rami playing some Mei.
We'll get through this just fine.
Single support on both teams, both have a Mercy this time. 2 tanks for the attacking team, both Roadhog and Reinhardt.
Yeah.
And Wynn's still on McCree.
Time for a new adventure.
And Esoth and Tehax are fighting the skies again.
May's giggle is so traumatic to me. I just have a hard time listening to that.
Some healing.
Yeah, her standing there when your characters die just feels real bad.
Just the glare as she lines up the headshot as you're frozen. Just terrifying. Bones can go down pretty quickly.
I love that Zenyatta payload cartoon.
Don't move.
Payload. Payload.
We see Mistletoe's down, but he has the teleporter up once he gets back. And I think they might be able to hold off Blue long enough for him to get back and throw it up there.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Esoth
almost
shot down by
Heroes never
Tehax.
die.
Oh, he's rezzed by Zor. And it's going to be tough. He's you can see Mistletoe coming back. He puts the teleporter a little bit further back, but it's enough to be out of position so that if Blue wants to go chase it down, they're going to have to go pretty far back to get it to it.
Blue is missing an awful lot of people right now. Just about everybody.
Yeah, Teax did a lot of work there.
Yeah, they were all up there, but just couldn't get a kill on any one person.
I would like to see a swap up here on the Blue team. Maybe go with
Bones gets hooked and killed.
I'm not sure. Actually, I don't know. I think Widowmaker would have been a much stronger pick than Soldier.
Teeps' ult there seemed early. He was
Very
near
much
the
so.
point and way away from the opposing team.
He thought more people were going to come out and wanted to
Heroes
zone him
never
out,
die.
but it just wasn't worth it.
Good ult there by Bart.
Incoming.
And Esoth gets a pick off on Mistletoe.
Heroes
Think it might
Frozen
be.
but lived through it.
And a good ult by Zor. Woo! That was that was fantastic.
Very good ult. That's 5 people dead there.
That was great coordination between Bones and Tehax.
Yeah, that's what Bones' team has been up to most of the tournament. Surprised we didn't see that earlier.
And they only have one charge left on that teleporter, so it's going to be interesting. They won't be able to just get right back in.
And it's gone now, so Mistletoe's building towards another one again.
Yeah. And Bart goes down, so he's not going to be able to get back quickly. This is the time that they need to capitalize as the Blue team to get back in.
Yeah, Blue
They're
doesn't
already
have any
behind
ult,
on time.
so
Activated.
Yeah.
Resistance neutralized.
Mistletoe's down.
3 down for Blue.
Yeah, I feel like they just aren't staying together with their tanks, you know. Let's see if Hammer Down can do any work for him from Murmur.
He's going to get Jonald probably, but Romney's able to zone him out.
yeah, the DPS is just not there, and then that ult really.
Looking like a lack of communication happening on that team.
Yeah.
Heroes never die.
Bart gets a res. Is able to keep the defense up. At this point, I think
Take cover.
we're pretty much out of time. They'd have to. Yeah. So.
Well, and they're really almost out of time here.
Yeah. They wouldn't have enough time. This is gonna finish him off there.
All together, team. We got this.
Get to cover.
You've tagged it.
Yeah, but this is certainly not going to be enough.
Yeah, time-wise, just stopwatch.
They basically would
And
have
there we go.
20 seconds to go the entire distance.
Have we seen many other full holds on the first point?
The last one we saw was the other night, where
Play of the match.
the Precision Jerks Engineering held Amazing Jerks Brigade to point A.
Helden sterben nicht.
Yeah, and earlier,
Fire at
I think it
will.
was
Rains from
Zarya
above.
never gets the credits for these.
Yeah, the thankless hero.
earlier we saw We're All Jerks Now. I think also by Bones' team we got held to the second point, also on King's Row. Just got bottled up in that tunnel.
Yeah.
No, sorry, I meant We're All Jerks Now was the ones getting held in that tunnel.
Yeah, I think I remember watching that.
Yeah.
It was extraordinarily unpleasant.
Alright, so we're gonna wait for Esau to get back, and then we'll get started on Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Did anybody try to play Anna last night?
Yeah, I think Wind tried to get it a couple times. So Ultra, the offensive assist is, yeah, it's basically boosting or healing.
Teams are back together. Are we ready?
Alright, we're gonna go get started here.
Arriving at Watchpoint Gibraltar. Prepare to attack.
So we're going to start with the Broadhogs on attack. And we'll see how Cheers Lip sets up their defense.
The characters haven't loaded in for me yet.
They're not yet. Yeah, you have to...
Okay.
No, it should start seeing people populate. Alright, for defense, we've got Mummer on Roadhog as their solo tank, Wind back on the McCree, Teeps on the Soldier, double support with Regent and Zor on Mercy and Lucio respectively, and Esau filling out the team on, with no surprise here, Farah.
Look at those multiple Annas.
Yes. Mother knows best.
It's possible Donald might stay on Anna.
Seems unlikely.
Well, it's high noon somewhere in the world.
Nope.
Do like that Bart pick by Zenyatta. He's got a lot of time played on Zenyatta. That's going to be a very dangerous one for them to pick up here.
Defense is actually all the way back,
move
ceding the first point, it looks like, to the server room.
Yep. I think Mummer will need to swap.
It'll be real interesting to see here how well Wind does. He's had a lot of luck playing off that server room and being able to move around. But obviously, Red Team is focused on taking him out. They feel like he was carrying them, carrying the Blue Team.
Form up on the payload.
And
Tehex and Teeps are down.
yeah, I really pick off on Teeps, so it's going to be tough because now they're down. Mummer will go down pretty quickly if he's not careful.
Hey!
Wind gets picked off too. Regent's out of position. He's going to get picked off by
Enemy seen.
the Red Team, the
Soldier,
attackers.
yes.
Yeah, it didn't look like Red was doing all that great, but they really separated the two halves of Blue and capitalized.
Yeah.
Forward with me.
Oh, turn it up!
Remember, just keeps trying to duel Zarya, and that's not an effective choice for Roadhog.
No. I mean, he really should be going after the support, the attackers, and going after the tanks is just inefficient. They did get a stall here.
Enemy contact.
Yeah, he should be focusing on their soldier, their mercy if he can get a shot. Their far.
Oh, let's break it! Damn!
And they weren't able to capitalize on that Zarya gravity hole.
No,
Maximum charge. He's so good at having that energy so high.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's interesting because T-Hex was there, but just wasn't putting damage into that gravity ball.
Like that ult, and they're gonna pick up A here. Esoth with a good ult behind.
It didn't get anything.
Yeah.
Well, one person went down, but it sort of scattered them, so they might be able to buy time here.
Mummer with ult, but he's separated from his team, and he's gonna get picked off. We'll give him a little bit more ult charge. Bones does have another ult available.
Oh, Mummer gets away.
I'm kind of wonder if they're just letting him stay alive, so they can keep building that ult off of him. I mean,
well, it was only Bones and T-Hex. They might have not wanted to push up too far without the rest of Red Team. Now they're all back together.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I think Mummer's probably going to stay on the Roadhog here, even though he should swap off so he can get something more defensive than Roadhog. Ooh, good old Bazor to give him that sound barrier.
That was interesting. Monkey smacked Reaper into the back where he decided to ult. It didn't work out too well for Teeps.
One thing I'm noticing for the Cheers Love team is they're not doing a good job of covering that high ground, so they're always fighting from below.
Yeah, they don't really have anyone who can deal with T-Hex once he's up there, unless Win can get a shot.
Yeah.
You know, you have to rely on your Pharaoh being able to get up there and win a duel or something like that, and that's just not going to happen here.
Mummer's going to get picked off here again by the two tanks. And we see, Mummer's held that ult since the first A, the A checkpoint. And they're already almost to the final checkpoint. And instead of having used it or zoned him out or killed him and swapped, he's stuck on the Roadhog, which has caused him to not have a very strong...
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Waiting all game for a good high noon and we missed it.
I watched it. I just didn't want to talk about it. It's old hat.
We're not allowed to talk about Win?
No, it's fine.
Another Zarya.
Oh, nice. Press.
That was well answered.
That was a decent recovery. They ended up only down Mummer.
Again, Teeps ult to little effect there.
Whoa, Win had another ult.
That may have been a fat finger.
Yeah, but they get 3 there, and they're able to push back.
All of a sudden, Wind is doing a lot of work, where it feels like we haven't seen him for most of these matches. I don't know what changed.
The payload stopped. Get it moving.
It's probably because I insulted him.
No, it looks like Regen has swapped and is primarily damage boosting Wind, so that might be just the change they need.
Yeah.
50% more is a lot.
Yeah, he's building out like crazy here.
88, 89. He's probably going to get the mistletoe to pick off here. And Regen needs to back off. Yeah, he does. And Win's got another ult ready to go.
Oh, Regen's in trouble.
And Bart picks him off. Nice pickup by Bart.
Very lucky. Good job.
Tayax does swap to Reinhardt there. That's new.
Ooh, a little too late on Bart.
Yeah, exactly. But they get the res on him anyway. And let's see what they can do. Whew, nice.
I don't think Wind will be able to build well. Let's see, we might get a great high noon here.
Oh, let's break it! Damn!
Sort of a good sound barrier there to keep his team on the payload, but it's going to get pushed in unless they can get to that back there. Yeah.
No, it's just not quite enough.
3:32 on the time.
Complete. Score 0-4. Switching sides.
Alright, so they've got... So I'll give them... it's 2 minutes per checkpoint, I believe. So they have to get there by 3:32. That's going to be... I think it's going to be kind of tough. They had a bit of defense on that A checkpoint, which is the big gate. Hangar 18.
We're going all Genji and Hanzo, apparently. Oh no, maybe we're going all Anna.
We're all Anna now.
We're all Nana now.
At least Regen's team wants the stream to be entertained.
Yep.
May you have
Bart's
aged
playing
a
Symmetra.
day.
Are we surprised?
What's your secret?
No, not at all.
But I'm not sure if I'd recommend it.
It's, I don't think they're gonna lock in this comp with the double Anna and the Hanzo. If not, this is gonna be a glorious, glorious match.
So this is interesting. Load's team looks like they're going to try and defend the first point.
Yeah.
We've got Missile Hode and Taehax, so throwing out lots of splash damage. Team currently looks fairly fragile, so that could be good.
Well, they've got... it's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens. I don't think this is...
Okay, now we have a Mei instead of the second Anna.
Yeah.
Really?
No Anna at all. Oh wait, no, we do have an Anna. Region gets picked up.
Payload stop. Let's get it moving. Payload on the move.
This would help.
We do see Bart's almost 2/3 of the way to a teleporter.
The Wind is building out really fast, but I wonder who he's going to turbo.
Probably Teeps.
I suppose.
Oh no, he swaps off to actual sniper.
Well, that 3 sniper comp is definitely what I go for when I want to push a point.
Yep.
Mistletoe was doing good at throwing damage there, but he got chased down by Murmur.
Well, Bart's gonna have... He has teleporter now. That's basically gonna be it.
Yep. He chews up the unsuited diva.
The enemy has a teleporter.
No. Till Valhalla.
Okay, now we have the attacking Torbjorn. Naturally.
I would have gone with Bastion.
Here comes a Riptire.
Nope.
Anything?
It's gonna...
Anything?
Nope. Nope. Maybe? Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
It ate Torbjorn.
Nanotech administered.
Region with the...
That was a little bit... Okay.
And Rami is gonna get a couple pickoffs here.
Well, yeah.
Bedtime.
Sorry, alt enemy, alt.
Oh, but Rami's asleep. Hi, Rami. Wake up.
What is even going on here?
I think they're just trying to have some fun here.
Oh, here comes the Bastion.
Yeah, this is an acceptable choice here.
Are we supposed to call him El Presidente? I don't know why.
Well, El Presidente is only if they've got a Secret Service Reinhardt.
Ah, I see. They've got Mercy, but that didn't save.
Yeah, they need the Reinhardt there.
Who needs tanks where they're going, apparently.
Yeah.
They should just make a robot collective and all play Zenyatta.
Shield matrix established. I have secured the
Monastery.
payload. Let's move.
Enemies here.
Oh, the payload moving. No?
No.
Ever so briefly.
Look at that. Look at that. Whole feet.
Wolf marks his prey.
All blue team is alive, though. Interesting.
Yeah, but with 340,
Located their teleporter.
they're at.
Oh, there goes the teleporter.
The way is closed. No one can hide from the hunter.
Look at that Bastion just escorting it.
Do not let up. Victory will soon be ours.
I have located the payload.
Falling behind you. Sniper, be ready. Time is running
Wait,
out.
Tobin, what's wrong with Panic at the Disco? Alright, now it's gonna be game. Alright, so Roadhog and the Lucibros go out 3 over Cheers Love,
Play of the match.
which puts them into first place.
It's high noon.
Alright, so Cheers Love is still tied in for third place with the Precision Jerks Engineering. And they, Precision Jerks Engineering does hold the tiebreaker between the two of them. Broadhog and the Lucibros have one game remaining against Amazing Jerks Brigade, which should determine who will be the top team going into the round of 3. We have the Precision Jerks Engineering and the We're All Jerks facing up. Will be one of the next games, and those two games will close out the round robin. And thank you, Kaz and Thormal, for casting tonight. I appreciate the help.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you again.
And that's going to be it for tonight. Thanks so much for watching.